Good evening, Greg here, burning both ends, burning on the back end of Monday. It's 11:56 p.m. Pacific. It is the 6th of August, 2018, and right now I am burning on the aspiring entrepreneur's quandary. Not dilemma, but quandary, right? So I've got three really nice, and this is where I'm at, and I'm in this kind of debate with, this internal debate about how I want to move into this next phase of, I guess, my life, right? Technically, right? So I've been talking about Instagram. I've been talking about changing up the YouTube post, this burn at both ends posting. I got my side projects. I got Peter, Libby, and Jeff as two potential opportunities. I'm realizing how powerful relationships and timing are, because with each of these three opportunities, I have a different, I guess, maturity of relationship with each person. And then with the opportunity that's next to each person, there's a different maturity or timing of opportunity. Like, for example, with Peter, I think that we've built a strong relationship. It's getting stronger, and the opportunity timing is right now is perfect. So love that one. With Libby, we're beginning to build a relationship, and I really don't know much of anything about the timing of her opportunity. So we need to have a kickoff meeting so we can figure that out. With Jeff, it's even a little bit more of a question mark. With Jeff, I'm also building the relationship, and I really have no clue about the timing of the opportunity with him. So, and then I had a call today where I learned about some more interesting opportunities. And so this is kind of the quandary. Is there's this kind of trade-off about due diligence, but then commitment, and what do I commit to? This is actually it's really creating a lot of internal tension and stress in me, because on the one end, I want to commit to something and just head down and, pound out 6 months of really hard work in something to see what kind of fruits I could get. On the other hand, I want to just be very careful in choosing the opportunity. Even though right now, everything that I'm looking at is pointing to working hard for Peter. But at the same time, I want to keep Libby and Jeff in the fold on some level, because I'm excited about working with those two as well. But the challenge is I don't want to spread myself too thin. I think I only have so many extra hours in the day to commit. And that's why I'm kind of on the fence about really whether I want to start Burn at Both Ends Instagram right now or wait a little bit. And this is also why I want to change up the YouTube posting. I've been learning about Instagram. I can do just general posts, nothing too crazy. But at the same time, I'd be half-assing it, right? If I want to do the Instagram thing, I want to do it kind of hardcore. Not kind of hardcore. I want to do it hardcore. I want to do it kind of the way Gary Vee recommends. I've been listening to a lot of other folks and the way that they recommend how searching hashtags, kind of I guess quantifying various levels of hashtags versus how often they're searched, and kind of playing that whole game right, doing long form posts with images. Really kind of getting creative, and I see to do that, it's going to take some time, and I'm at a point where I'm fairly certain that my time is better spent working with Peter, or Libby, or Jeff, and definitely Peter, because with Peter, I mentioned the timing is right. This is an opportunity where head down for the next 3 months before we kind of get into the holidays. I can see making an impact. Increasing my income, doing some really cool things. I'm going to get trained by Peter. Everything is ready to rock and roll. I believe in the product. I think it's fantastic. So this is my quandary. And then with Libby and Jeff, like I mentioned, as we go from Libby to Jeff, it gets a little bit more of a question mark as far as the timing goes, and how ready the opportunity is, and so. And this is where I just don't see a place to squeeze Instagram in. I'm more excited about working with these three people and building these relationships than I am with kind of, I don't want to say futzing with Instagram, but essentially trying to work the Instagram hustle, if you will, because everywhere I'm looking, it's going to take some considerable time. But this is where I'm at, and also with the YouTube posting, I want to get these post lengths down And what I'm thinking about doing is I'm really digging this tablet, this Samsung Tab 8 that I recently got. It was awesome for Google Hangouts and calls during iCore there. iCore was that entrepreneurial training I did recently. And just a little aside, I see a huge correlation between on the iCore side of things and setting up the customer discovery interviews and the working with Peter and queuing up nonprofits to talk to show our product to. I see a very huge parallel with those two processes. Just a matter of filling the pipeline. Anyway, back to the tablet. So I just downloaded Ents. Is now available. There's a new Android version of Ents, and so I downloaded it for the tablet here. Works awesome. Really like it. And so what I'm thinking about doing, and I might just do this. Actually, you know what? I will just do this tomorrow. I'm going to start with this. The morning post will be on Ents. The evening post will be on YouTube. And so you can check those out. You can check out Ents a little bit. And then what I'll try to do is, I think I can download my Ents post. And the cool thing about Ents is that I have a maximum of 5 minutes. I cannot go more than 5 minutes. So that'll be good for a shorter post. And it'll be very unstructured because it's not going to really have any, kind of, any kind of, I guess, like details or description like you can on YouTube. So it's going to be mostly just a voice post, just about what's going on, just to kind of like plant my flag in the ground, my 5 a.m. or my 5:30 a.m. flag in the ground. Right? Yeah, I think if I get up at 5, make my coffee, get behind the computer, I can probably get an Ents out by 5, by 5:30. So kind of plant that ground, that burn on the front end ground, and then have my day. Because I really want to, what I've been realizing is that these posts, the YouTube posts, they've been taking a lot of time, and while they're fun, I'm figuring out that like I really would rather spend that time on these side projects, and I'm going to need to if I'm going to make these side projects successful. And therefore, by working on those, then the content for YouTube and let's say the morning Ents and the evening YouTube become very simple, just like today. Like I can just like so tonight I spent a lot of time thinking about the opportunity with Peter, with Libby, and Jeff. I reached out to the three of them just to kind of kick things off, to get the next meeting scheduled, get the ball rolling, and yeah, I mean, so this is all a matter now of kind of ratcheting these up and getting a process in place, and it's that work that's going to provide content for this channel and for my morning Ents. And so I think that's where I'm rolling. And I do find that it helps me a lot to speak out loud these thought processes, because it helps me gain clarity. So even though not many people right now are watching these videos, it really helps me out. So that's pretty awesome. So I will wrap there. So this is all about my journey as an aspiring entrepreneur, and so I'm right now smack dab in the middle of the aspiring entrepreneur's quandary. Yeah, quandary is just not as cool of a word. I like dilemma better, but it's just not the right meaning. It really is a quandary. Yeah, and kind of going through the process, and I have to admit, the relationships and timing piece is really what is speaking the most to me right now about which of these three opportunities is ready. I had a call today. I found out about a bunch of other opportunities that I have to look into, and I want to give them some due diligence. I want to give them their due process, right? And we'll see. So, but yeah, at some point it's just you got to kind of like shed some of the other stuff to make room to really have an impact in one thing. Right, and Gary Vee talks about this, right? He talks about the self-awareness, the self-audit. What are my strengths? Double down, triple down on my strengths, and that's kind of what I'm talking about here. Is that I can keep dabbing in these things and looking at here and looking at there and due diligence here and meeting that person. Oh, there's an opportunity there, but there's a danger in just constantly window shopping. At some point in time, you got to go in the store and you got to buy the outfit and put it on and wear it. I don't know, that just kind of came to me right now. So anyway, but Yeah, so rock and roll. So I will be rock and rolling. So tomorrow morning it will be a good morning ends, and then it'll be a good evening YouTube video. Now we'll see how that works. Let's just start it, because actually it's a perfect date. So it is the 7th now. I started my channel on May 6th, so we are technically in the 3rd month now, or the 4th month. Let's see, May, June, July, August. We are in the 4th month. So we have finished 1 quarter of Burn at Both Ends, and so now we are burning on the 2nd quarter, and we're going to totally switch it up. Might as well. So subscribe if you like what you hear. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. Comment down below. If you got any questions, let me know. Give me some feedback. If I can help you in any way, please let me know. I'd love to try and help. And check out the description. There's some good links in there. Some good stuff, some good music, some good motivation. The beat in the background is written by my alter ego G Money. I write these beats. Check them out on SoundCloud. I will rap there. Get some sleep. Wake up tomorrow. Light it up. Do great things. Inspire folks. And I will ent you in the morning.